Hello and welcome to the first episode of Vintage Survival Plus on Farming Simulator 2025. Now this is our farmhouse we'll be starting with. As you can see, we have no money. We have a hay barn and this is our only field, and it's a small one. And also this is the only vehicle we have. The only vehicle, and we have no implements. So this is what we'll be starting with. Now we have got another place I want to show you, and then I'll move on to the final place where I'll be explaining how we're going to make some money to start off with. On the way down, I'll explain to you exactly what I mean by Vintage Survival Plus. So this is my take on Vintage Survival, which I know a few YouTubers do, but the reason I call it Vintage Survival Plus is because we'll be playing through the decades. Now what I mean by that is we won't be sticking to strictly vintage. We will be to start off with, and I will not be doing mix and match. So there won't be some vintage being used with some modern. It's when we get to the crossover and we have no more vintage vehicles we can use, we will be jumping onto more modern tractors, starting as far back as we can with the vintage modern stuff, and slowly, very slowly moving towards the more modern stuff. So we'll be playing through the ages. So this part here also comes with our farm. This is a cherry orchard. Now this isn't something we can jump straight onto and start making money instantly with, simply because we don't have the water barrel. The vintage one we have available is quite expensive and we are a long way off from getting it. But I just want to have a quick show around of what we've got as we're starting. And what we'll do now is head over to how we're going to make the money, basically. Now this mod for the truck here is absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure who made it, so I have to apologise, but it is available on PC. Yeah, such a clean looking mod. Absolutely love it. And it's different. It's a different vehicle to start the Let's Play survival with, I think. Considering this is our first and only vehicle we have, and it's quite a valuable item as well. So, as and when we come to sell it, as long as we look after it, we'll have a decent bit of money back. But for now, this is all we've got. So this is our final part of the farm. This woodland. It's not a massive woodland, but it is going to help us make a start. A very, very far away start from where we want to be with the farming, but it's a start nonetheless. So what I'll be doing with the woodland is ideally taking all of the diseased and decaying trees out first. Then if we're still desperate for money, we'll move on to the taller trees, because what I want to do as we cut them down is replace them with new trees, new saplings. So what we're taking out of this, I do want to replace. Now this is my first tree I have selected, just here on the left, and this is the vintage chainsaw we'll be starting with. So let's get this cut down and make a start on earning some money. There we go, first tree cut. Oh. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Typical, isn't it? I tried to avoid that from happening, but it just wasn't going to happen. Right, see if I can make an extra cut here and see if it'll come down. If it does, we'll get cut in and get loaded up. Brilliant. Right, that tree is down and we are ready to move on to head towards the selling point. So I'll have a quick look at the best place to sell it. Now, the reason I've jumped so far ahead there is because I do have 2 hours worth of footage to break down. So I do apologise if you wanted to see the wood processing, wood being processed, sorry, should I say. So the best place is the sawmill, so we'll head over to the sawmill. Yeah, I've tried to keep as much footage in this as possible, but it did get a bit samey, and like I said, it was 2 hours long. But yeah, let's head over to the sawmill and get some money in.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me.
There we go, we have made it to the sawmill. Never been to this sawmill before. In fact, this is the first time ever playing the map. And I have absolutely no idea where to unload. There's nowhere obvious. So I have a quick scout around and basically try and find it. It was definitely on the menu as a place to sell it. So I'm just trying to find where to sell it. The waypoint was set to here, so but there's no options for it. I can't see anything to activate it. Right, I had a good look around for about 20 minutes. I couldn't find anywhere, so we're going to head over to the next best place, which is this one here. Yes. So we'll head over to this, and I think, yeah, typical of my luck, is over basically where we were cutting the trees down. Not too far from there. So we've gone from one end of the map to the other, and now back over to the other end.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting...
Right, here at last. Hopefully we'll have some better luck with this one. Yeah, look, so an obvious sell point right on the marker. Get out the truck. Over to this. Boom. Money. Right, so we're just going to come to this one for now. We're not going to go to the sawmill. This is the getting in animation which came with the truck. Now it's set to that animation only when you have it in first person. If you have it in third person, it doesn't do that animation. Right, I went the wrong way there. My bad. Right, so we're going to head back over to the trees now, and we're going to select a few more. Now, I put 1 tree in this, so what I'm going to try and do this time is put 2 in. More than enough room. So I'm just trying to remember which way it was. A left here, and a right. Down at the bottom of this road. Yeah, so I'm going to cut down 2 this time, and we're going to load up with 2. And hopefully get a bit more money coming in faster. Because that 1 tree took a little bit too long for that amount of money. Not a complaint, just an observation. You know, so used to putting, you know, some time into doing the harvests and whatnot. when you go to sell that, you end up with, you know, it could be £10,000 or something. And something you can throw at new equipment or a new vehicle. But in this case, £1,500 is going to get us absolutely nothing. So it's going to be a lot of work into this episode, that's for sure. And another thing about this mod for the truck, every now and then it will stick at 13 miles per hour randomly. I'm not going this slow on purpose. It's like the gear stuck or something. I'm not sure. Sometimes it does it when there's a load on, sometimes it does it when it's empty. But eventually it'll stop doing it. Sometimes if you ease off the throttle and put it back on again, it'll sort itself out. So I don't know if the modder has made it like that on purpose to make it unreliable, you know, to make it a bit more realistic. I'm not too sure, but it is what it is. That's what we've started the game with, and that's what we've got. It fits in nicely with the theme, I think. Okay, now we have now made it back to our woodland at last. I'm just going to have a quick scout around for some trees. I had the first one marked up as a rough idea. No, I don't have any more, basically. So I'm just going to have a quick look around, see what we got. Whilst I'm having a look around, feel free to leave a comment on what we could do throughout this survival. This Vintage Survival Plus, should I say. Moving forward, you know of any mods we could possibly give a go? And then what I'll do is if I use it, I'll give you that shout out. So this is, I think this is a good tree. We're going to go for this one next. What I want to try and do is fell it in the direction of the road. And then use the road I walked down just now to pull into. Alright. What I'll do in this area, I'll cut down a few more, and we'll try and get in as many as possible. Just try and limb this a second. Failing miserably. Right. So I managed to get a few trees down, a few trees cut. Trying really hard not to fall out with the truck. It's being a bit of a pain. What we need, because this truck isn't obviously for forestry use, has no straps, so I'm just loosely putting it in the bag. What I'm thinking is get a trailer in which we can buy it without the sides and where we can strap things down. I think that'll be a good shout. So what I'll do is I'll just get these few bits loaded up. It's too heavy. And then once we've got this truck full, I'll have a look at getting a trailer. Because if we can do more per visit, we'll generate money quicker for our efforts, if that makes sense. Like, we'll be doing less trips. The work this end will be exactly the same. Cutting down the same amount of trees, cutting them down to a manageable pickup size, so we can actually lift them up. But at least we won't be doing as many trips. Let's take this over to the place where we was taking the last lot. And so I'm just having a look at some trees as we're leaving. Trying to remember where they are. I can't see any right now, and the time in the day is getting on. We'll probably end up spending this whole episode just cutting down trees. But it'll be nice to go into the next episode with a decent amount of money to give us an idea of moving forward. Now, I have had a thing with regards to the cherry orchard if we should sell it, simply because we have an orchard on the other $0 challenge series I've got going, and I don't want it to be all the same. You know, you'll be watching those videos, looking at me filling up the water tank, taking over to the orchard, to then come over to these videos thinking they'll be different, only to find out I'm doing exactly the same thing. So what I'm thinking at the moment is to sell the orchard and put it towards maybe getting a tractor or something, and some implements. So I won't be using the same tractor on this one as the $0 challenge. That'll be no fun using the same one, I don't think. Again, you'll be watching one coming over here and it'll be too similar. So yeah, I just want to try and keep it as organic as possible. Each series with their own unique twist, because that's what they are designed for. $0 challenge for what it is, and Vintage Survival Plus for what it is. If with this map, I highly recommend using it. It is thought out so well because you've got different levels. There's quite a few bridges. You'll be going along one place only to find out that you're on the wrong road. You're too high up, and then you should be on the road which you're going over. I like those kind of maps where you've got to think things through. Think of your route. Right, let's get this sold and see how much money we've got. I don't think we're going to be able to afford a tractor on this run. No, not quite. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll head straight back. What we'll do is we'll head back and get the next lot loaded up. Right, so I'm just getting these final bits put in. Now, I know we're going to be quite a way off from a decent tractor, if we can afford one. But I am thinking something low horsepower. Something like a 50 brake horsepower. I'm pretty sure I've got a few added to the game. I think they'll be too expensive. You know what? I think we will go for the trailer. I'm gonna pull an executive decision now and say I think we'll just get the trailer, and we'll do some more logging, more timber, because I don't want to go and rush into it and buy a small tractor, only then to struggle moving forward because we wasted our money on something which just isn't going to see us through. It might do the odd bits okay, but in the long run, I think we need something substantial. So what we'll do is we'll sell this quickly, and then have a look at the trailers, see which one will be best fitting for what we need, and then head over to the shop and get it. By the way, if you've made it this far into the video, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be fantastic. It would be great to have you here with us throughout the channel. Right. Yeah, so looking at the tractors, just to clarify, they are far too expensive. They are well out of budget. I mean, there's one there for 18,750, one there for 7.5. We're using that already on the other play. These ones are lawnmowers, so they're no good. Got one here for 9.5. Can't even afford that, and that is well underpowered for what we want. So that's no good. And then there's 7.5 one. Yeah, that's no good either. That's fine. What we'll do is we'll head straight over to the shop and have a look at getting a trailer. I think that'll be the best bet, because if we'll have it so we can carry the logs now. We can always modify it later on to be used for grain. So we're not going to have to rebuy the trailer. Especially if we did end up, I don't want to sell this, but if we did end up having to sell this to progress with the farm, because I don't want to be just logging all the way through. You know, I'd want to be doing and advancing on the farm, doing more on the farm, and pushing forward. Don't want to be same episode again and again. So let's have a look at the trailers. We'll go for this one. Yeah, see, so we can take the sides and the back off and take that down. Yeah, so that was the last one. I was just trying to see if we can have it completely empty. So it's already at 3,450. So this is cheaper than I thought it would be. Get rid of the ladder. That's saving another 250. We won't change the colours. Yeah, so £3,200 has got us a trailer. So we'll go for that. Fantastic. We'll head over the shop and get it. Brilliant. Progress. Slow progress is better than no progress. And there she is. Our new trailer for our new farm. And what a beast. The bed almost looks like the same size as the truck. So later on when we put the sides back on when we're doing grain and other harvests, we'll be able to have, we should be able to haul quite a lot, which is fantastic. Again, less trips. Same amount of work, but a lot less trips. That makes it nice and easy. Very happy with this. Right, let's have a look and see what tree or trees we can get on this. I think I did 2.5 in the last haul. So I'm hoping we can get one on the back and another 2.5. 2 to 2.5. That should be yeah, about 3 to 3.5. Right, let's get this one down. This will fall nicely beside the truck. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. That did not fall by the truck. That fell on the truck. What an absolute disaster that was. Right, try and limb this down. For some reason, I don't know if it's this mod or my terrible skills with the chainsaw, but limbing trees is awkward. Oh, look. Landed nicely on the trailer. I ratchet strap that down so she doesn't fall off. What I'll try and do is limb it. Take the limbs off and take the brush off whilst it's here, nice and secure. Best way to do this. Right, come on. What I might do is... Oh, I try to think it through. Should I cut it here? Yeah. Right. What a disaster this is. I was gonna cut it there, but I decided to cut it here instead, simply because the would have been too short, I think. Try and take this limb off. Would have been annoying. Right, so that's that bit off. We're getting there. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for your patience. More than anything, thank you for your patience. Right. Get rid of this bit. There we go. There we go. Right, that's all those limbs off that bit. Right, so what I'll do is worry about this part of the trailer. There we go, get those limbs off. It's actually quite awkward with it being on the trailer. More awkward than I anticipated. Not that I did this on purpose, of course, but instead of trying to take it off the trailer and do it on the floor, I'm doing it on the trailer, as you can see, and it has made it extremely awkward. I'll do my very best to avoid this in future. I am currently trying not to throw the controller out the window. Oh, this is infuriating. It's just that little bit there. Why is the chainsaw not getting it? Right, let's move over to this bit, because I don't want to take it like this. Too messy. But it's just not finding the... There we go. No. I want to try and keep it as long as possible. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that. I am literally having no luck with this being on the trailer whatsoever. None at all. Being a royal pain in the behind. The time's getting on in the day as well. Right. For some reason it's coming up with a massive circle. Right, if I get rid of this bit, that's that bit gone. Okay, that's already making it easier. Don't throw the controller out the window. Don't throw the controller out the window. Don't throw the controller out the window. Calm, cool and collected. Right, I'm chopping off a lot more here than I wanted to. As you can see, we've gone from a substantial amount to not a lot left. Why aren't these limbs going? This is testing my patience considerably. Right. Success. We've done it. Christ, that took ages. Right. On to the easy bit. Ah, this tree has completely and utterly mentally drained me. Oh, there we go. We've done it. Happy days. And again, thank you very much for sticking around, if you have. This is where my viewer retention has significantly dropped off, probably. But if you've made it, give us a like, give us a comment to let us know that you stayed and you managed to get through it with me. Oh, it'd be much appreciated, thank you. Right, let's head over. I'm not doing another tree today. Absolutely not. I'm emotionally drained. Oh, God. Right. We'll have a quick scout as we go, though. God, I'm very happy with this trailer, though, on a serious note. Trying to focus back on the game and not let that tree destroy me. Yeah, did we get... I think we've got 2 on here. 3, sorry. So we've got 2 in the back of the truck and then one on the trailer. So we're doing less driving now because we can carry more. So let's get to the selling point. Right. I wonder how much we're going to get for this. So what I'll do is we'll sell it and then I'll end the episode here because I'm currently, like I said earlier, on 2 hours worth of gameplay and I want to edit it down so it's around about 40 minutes, half an hour to 40 minutes. And right, so we're at £8,000. Let's make sure it's all sold. Yeah, £8,000 to start the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next episode.